Okay, so let's see if we can get to the end of this thing.
This labyrinth, your master awaits.
Having to use the direct display capture. It's just making sure that the audio levels were, well, audible. They sound okay. So let's come back. Yeah, we're gonna basically go for the ending here. The confusing thing about this game when I played it as a kid was I thought I'd done something wrong because yeah, I didn't find a lot of these warp gates. I didn't really need to. I like exploring the world, and there's quite a few of them that are sort of, I think that's the, like the necropolis, like, you know. Anyway. I often miss them because I just like getting around, I guess, so I don't make much of an effort to find them. But yeah, we're gonna go try and find Kain, which means we've got one of the harder puzzle areas to find in the game. I went through the wrong warp gate. It's fine. I'm not gonna go through there. I might have got myself another copyright strike by playing Ozar Midrashim over the top of it there, but we'll see when I get around to putting this on YouTube. Yeah. At least I don't phase straight into the Spectral Realm again. Yeah, this was the right one. I always get confused. The symbols don't really mean anything. I wish it just told you. There aren't any warp gates or anything like that in Soul Reaver 2. But, yeah. It's, sort of felt needlessly obtuse. Like a lot of the puzzles in this game, being totally honest. Especially given that a lot of the time it does feel low-key, kind of pointless. Getting a lot of the extra abilities and the extra health and things like that, because there's not a lot you can really do with them, and their uses are extremely limited, and most of them are entirely inconsequential to the main story. So, yeah, whereas all of the abilities you get in Soul Reaver 2 are story-related. There's not as many secret areas in that one. It's much more focused, you know, tightly knit campaign there. It's okay. I love Soul Reaver 2. I'm not sure if there's much of an argument about which is the better game. Most people would say it's the first one. But to me, they're kind of like one complete experience. And I definitely feel like having Soul Reaver 1, 2, and Defiance are essentially a trilogy. It doesn't really feel like Blood Omen 2 and the first one fit all that much in. Like, I didn't play the original Blood Omen until I'd already completed, like, this game a couple of times. I didn't realize how different it actually was. Because Blood Omen's sort of a Diablo clone. Whereas Blood Omen 2... It's like an action-adventure type game. You know? So we're going to use our Constrict ability for the first time here. At least I'm going to try. Here we go. You can use that on enemies, but I'm not sure how useful it is when you've got the Soul Reaver. Should we try and blast this guy with the fire? Get wrecked. Insta-kill. And here we're going to go into one of the final areas of the game. This one's always one that I get lost in, so we might be dealing with a bit of getting stuck here. That, I believe, yeah, you gotta solve some box puzzles, I think, before you can get in there. So we're gonna go do some box puzzles. See if I can remember how to do all of them. I just love these box puzzles. I think we're basically going to the end, so unlocking this teleporter's not really going to be all that helpful, but we're here in case. It feels weird playing a game like this that's so old after all this time. Like, it is absolutely an all-time classic, though. This is, without a doubt, one of my favorite games. I just always get stuck. You know? Right, let's see what's happening in the Spectral Realm. There we go. Convenient. Right, and we need to constrict this, I think. There we go. Which gives us access to a whole new area. Ooh. The spectral plane shifting is going to get very, very convoluted soon. Which of these? Which is this box? Is that the Z box? Or is it just, is it a nondescript goes anywhere box? That's what I want to find out. It is not a nondescript goes anywhere box by the looks of it. But let's find out. Like I've said before, I'm not overly familiar with this part of the game. I don't remember it super well. Because I don't normally get this far when I play it. But since I'm recording the whole thing, yeah. Okay, so that doesn't seem to do anything. Let's see. Hi, Taz. You okay? You're dead. Or are you just posting random emojis at me? Yeah, I do need to get one of the boxes across here. So which one do I go with? This one will close that. So let's take the other one, move it across, and we can go the long way around. Are you stupidly hungover? Should you be ashamed of your behavior? Do you regret everything? You're on antibiotics. Why are you on antibiotics? to cure your dead. I mean, okay. You dead F. Nice. Ah, which of them is it? Which side? Which side? What's up with it? Is it small? Is it teeny weeny? It's just gonna it's just how it looks. Right. You see, this game is like so old. It's older than DirectX 9. So I can't actually broadcast it directly. I have to broadcast just the display. Which is honestly a nightmare. Whenever I click off it. It's been alright. Can't complain. Went for coffee with Kat. That was good. I've played a bit of guitar. Done a bit of music. Don't actually need to go there, yeah. Didn't need to... Oops! I didn't even select that. Anyway. Yeah, I'm just trying to avoid doing any work. What about you? How's your Saturday been? Not exactly. Not the kind of work I should be doing. Ah! We did it! Dead by Daylight was fun last night, though. I think I'm gonna do a super cut. Of all the footage of you saying how long your update has left. Oh shit. Do you mind? I needed something to kill you with. Mildly irritating, that. The only weapon around is fucking in this guy, and if I take it, he's gonna come back to life. Oh, he's gone. Never mind. I don't remember, do I need to constrict this? Yes, I do. Which gives me back my special ability juice. We're gonna set our sword on fire. What do you think is gonna happen if we put these boxes in there? It was good actually playing on the RPD map yesterday, to be fair. It's just, there's no dead ends. And I love that. Ah, these controls. You're right, mate. Here, have some fireballs. So we're going to go through there, but first I'll have a quick look-see. Don't actually need those. May as well eat this guy. Get soul sucked. What I've never understood is why you have to do it manually, I guess. Maybe that's adding an extra layer of the game. So you can't just heal up in the middle of the fight, maybe. What a nightmare. This is literally like the last area in the game as well. Dickheads. Didn't I kill you? Oh, I impaled that guy. Nice. Rip. Okay, let's constrict some things and see what they do. Not a lot, by the looks. Oops. We did it! Oh wait, I'm heading backwards here. I just killed you! Well, it's obviously back here I gotta go. So let's have a quick look. Get off. Yeah, that's the big puzzle room I just solved. What door did I even open here? I'll figure it out. It's obviously somewhere back. In one of the previous zones. So let's have a look and see what there is. See what we've missed. Oh, piss off. What a nightmare. Yeah, this must be it.
The Oracle's Cave, where Kain's first fateful meeting with Mobius occurred. Mobius played the role of a doddering soothsayer, stirring his pot of visions while dispensing enigmatic predictions to gullible visitors. Underneath the facade was Mobius the Time Streamer, sorcerer of the Circle of Nine, a ruthless manipulator with the power to bend time. Since his murder at Kain's hands centuries ago, these caves have stood vacant, though, like Mobius himself, they are rumored to be only a facade for a much larger, more elaborate complex. I sensed that Kain was here, and at that moment, I would have plumbed the depths of hell to find him. So what do I do here?
obviously not that. Let's get our spear. Guess I didn't need to remove it. Did a perfectly bang-up job of igniting my Soul Reaver. Even with that there. I suppose that is kind of useful if I'm gonna die, you know? I've already... Ugh! Getting so easily turned around at the minute. Just give me 1 second. I'll say one thing I haven't... Ah, graphical glitches. Anyway, I love these. And off we go. Right, I think we're done with the Oracle's caverns now, and we're just going to go to the conclusion of the game. I'm pretty sure there's more puzzles to solve. This is the Chronoplast, I think? Is that what this area is called? Oh, it's got some significance to the whole series. But this is the first time we go there. I think that's an instant death if I fall down there, so it's a good job I didn't. Obviously, you can't die in this game. But, you know. Here's Mobius.
This, I deduced, must be the man himself, the time streamer, Mobius. He seemed not at all the impressive figure I had imagined from Kain's boasted exploits. And yet, even this cold image radiated a certain undeniable power.
Which is the... That's the second hand, isn't it? So I've... No, I need to... Yeah. And then this one, I think... It needs to say 6 o'clock anyway. Yeah, there we are. Okay. Oh. Nice. Okay, let's go further down. There he is. Ah, yes. One of these puzzles. Right, that needs to be purple, I think, going through there. So, wait, let's turn it that way. Oh, that did not work. Why not? Am I not supposed to constrict them? Oh god, this constrictability is dire. So that works fine. I need to not have the light going through it then, obviously. So that's not working. Do I need to turn it off before I can move these or something? I might do. Let's go double check. Well, I can't turn it off, so that's obviously not what I'm supposed to do with that one. Narrows it down. Let's go back in the room. Oh, I can turn it that way then. It's not the other way. Right, so that's 1. 2. And then let's get this last one. No, it really doesn't want to rotate here. Goes that way, though. Weird. Just can only go in one direction. I mean, alright. The only game I can think of off the top of my head where most of the significant puzzles for the conclusion are to do with running around in circles. We now got some story reveals here. Oh, no, I've got one more puzzle to solve first. No! Ah, and I don't have any weapons either. Ah, what a nightmare. Alright. Let's go fix this. Wrong angle. And I no longer have the fire Reaver, which means I can't even blast him. So, I'm just going to take the spear anyway. I'm not quite at full health, actually. That didn't quite get me all the way up, so. Let's wreck this guy. No! 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 Why would you ruin my life like this? Anyway. Okay, so. Okay. Okay. That's a start. I don't think that's quite right on the yellow one, so let's do the blue one first. I'm not entirely sure. No, that's not it. Whoa. Okay, cool. One more. We did it. Oh. Got an itchy ear. Oops. Not ideal, that. Hello to you too, Rened Carter. How are you doing today? Yeah, I suppose. I mean, I don't know how familiar you are with the game itself, but I am very close to the end right now. Fortunately for you, I've streamed them all recently enough that you can catch up on demand, and I've also got a YouTube channel that's archived all of them, so... I'm doing well, thank you. Annoyingly little health. Yeah, it's been a couple of years since I've played it, so if I get stuck again, you can always help me out. But I am right at the end, so... Not far to go at all here. Completed this game a lot. Oh my god, just let me carry you around. Yeah, I've played them all several times. I just recently picked them up in a bundle on GOG for like £2, so I thought I'd do a stream. Starting with this one. Yeah, heavy Turlim. I do like that they do actually, you do actually meet Tyrell in one of the middle sections of Legacy of Kain Defiance. I think he's one of the bosses for Raziel in that game, which I thought was a nice touch. Oh my god. I need to recover some health anyway. Oh, give it a rest. A little bit, yeah. But it makes sense, you know, you kill one of the Turlim Morlock or whatever he's called in this game, and that gives you the force projectiles. But then you get the proper telekinesis when you actually beat Terrell properly in Legacy of Kain Defiance, because for most of that game, Raziel doesn't have access to it. Oh my god, I'm stuck. Yeah, I think he was just cut for time in this game. Like, he's just not here. They don't really need to go into why he's not there. One second. Just responding to some memes here. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I heard as well, but Soul Reaver 2 ends on a cliffhanger as well, and so does Legacy of Kain Defiance. So the story kind of remains mostly inconclusive, like... but I know that there was a lot they left out of this game. It was like, I think, like 60% of the game got left out. You know, what they were kind of... working towards. Anyway, let's get my game back. Well, yeah, the canon ending is that he chooses to live, like, and just be the last vampire for a bit. You know. I'm very confused. I'm sure there's blocks I'm supposed to pull in this room, from what I remember from when I was younger. Yeah, but because he's the last guardian of the pillars, and you can't have new guardians until all the old ones are dead. Like, it stagnates and sends Nosgoth into decay, which is how we wound up here in Soul Reaver. I mean, what's especially confusing about... Oh, it's these are the blocks, aren't they? Yeah, I'm just dumb. I thought... Been a very long time since I played this. Let's stack them. There we go. I'm impressed I forgot about that, honestly. But here we are. It all makes sense now. Yeah, that's the real solution to the puzzle, is just figuring out that they're fucking there. Oh. Yeah. Let's do it. It doesn't feel like the conclusion to a like an 8-hour game. it feels like, you know, the conclusion to the first series of a TV show or something. Oh, yeah. No, my least favorite part of the game is the, oh, you bastards. My least favorite part of the game is the Zephyrim, the spider things that you have to fight in the cathedral. They are just horrendous. They're just not fun. The combat in this game is pretty poor anyway, I'm gonna be honest. Like, it's definitely the weakest part of the game. But they're just awful. They're so spongy, and their tactics feel cheap. Oh my god! It's fine. I'll deal with you in just a second. Because there's no weapons. Yeah, no, the puzzle solving in that area, I think, is one of the better parts of the game. If you watch my recording of that part of the stream as well, like, I get stuck for quite a long time, but I did fast forward through all of that bit when I uploaded that part to my YouTube channel. But, yeah, what a nightmare, honestly. The opening few hours with the Melchiahim, really, really good. No. Yeah, it was about 45 minutes, and I realized it was just, you know, the block puzzles where you have to, there's the blocks with the little pipes in them, and you have to put those at the right angle. I was literally just one off. I just ballsed that up completely. And didn't realize, and it didn't occur to me that I hadn't seen the cutscene that showed the dome shattering. So it's like I knew the solution to that puzzle. I thought my game had bugged. Because I'd played it before, like, just not on PC. I only found it out because I went back to double check all the puzzles that I'd done. Anyway. And I dropped that last brick off already, so... No, actually, yeah, he's already dropped that one off, so that's fine. Where's the fourth and final one? Oh god, this camera. Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and give us a follow, and obviously you'll get a notification when I come online. But I'm definitely planning on doing Soul Reaver 2 and Defiance. I'm not convinced I'm going to do Blood Omen 2, because I definitely think that's a bit of a weak link in the series. Ah, there it is. It's just further up. I just forgot to blast that one down. But yeah, I'm definitely doing 2 and Defiance. I've had quite a few people watching me recently. Obviously, there's seems like, according to my feed, it's just you, but it can be a little inaccurate sometimes. But I have had a couple of people on my streams before, and they seem pretty excited about me playing the rest of them. Interesting that a lot of the people watching me play are all people who've played this game before loads of times and are just, you know, here for the memes. Watching me misremember most of the puzzle solutions. It is Saturday, and I'm avoiding doing any of my work, so. Just want to make sure he's definitely not going to come out and attack me at the last minute. No, I didn't do Legacy of Kain Blood Omen because I don't own a legit copy of it, so the only way I could do... The only way I could do that is via emulation. And the truth is that game is pretty long and, like, not that good. Honestly, I think out of it's got a great story, but I don't think it's a very interesting game to play, to, like, watch somebody play. It is, like, a great game. I just think it's one of the ones that's aged, like, less well than some of the others. What are we doing here? Well, I don't know. It's been that long since I've properly played it. I was just specifically, the plan was to do this game. And, then I started considering doing the rest of them as well, because I do have them. I think I came to that one much later than... Oh, there's more than one. This all makes sense. I came to Blood Omen, like, after I'd already finished this one. So, I think that's colored my perception of it a little bit. Because this game's totally different. Like, the first game's like a Diablo clone. This one's more like Tomb Raider. Yeah. I mean, this game had pretty groundbreaking graphics for the time. But it's also 22 years old. Trying to get a look at the ceiling. Nice. Cool. The Spectral Realm shift is brilliant. Like, there's still, like, no games that do that. Have I put this the right way around, or do I need the long end over there? No, I think that's correct. It's the other two I haven't done correctly. I think that one's right as well. It's just the other one. Yeah, that one's right. It's just this third one over here. that I haven't done. I think that's the thing that, like, fascinated me about it the most when I was playing this game as a kid. Was, like, all of the sort of cosmic ramifications of everything. Of, like, there being two worlds and the idea of, like, literally eating souls. Like, where do they go? Like, if the human soul exists and there's an afterlife, what happens when you eat it? Is that just oblivion? Like, man, freaked me out as a kid. It's even worse in Soul Reaver 2, because there's all the time travel shit. Like, fuck. And the ending to Soul Reaver 2 just had me like, is that it? Like, there was another cliffhanger, like, playing it as a kid. Because Legacy of Kain Defiance wasn't out yet when I played it as a kid, so, like, I had to wait another 2 years before I could find out what happened next. And then the cliffhanger at the end of Defiance, which is less of a cliffhanger, honestly. It's more like an open ending. There's room for there to be a sequel. 240p cutscene graphics.
My arrival in this miserable age. What trickery is this?
It is no illusion, Raziel, but a glimpse into the currents of time itself.
This game desperately needs a remaster. Yeah, there was another game as well called Dead Sun or something like that, which would have had a new hero called Gain or Gain or something, and it was like he had a human soul and a vampire soul, and they shared a body or something. But they wound up cancelling it, and so that never got made, and instead we got this shitty multiplayer game that never even got finished. Dead Sun, yeah, that was it. Yeah, Asher was the name of one of the souls that shared that body.
These apparitions torment me. Has this all been foretold?
I always thought it would be cool if there was like a co-op game where, you know, one player was Raziel and the other was Kain, and you had to use their unique abilities to solve puzzles and do combat and things like that. But the closest we got was the expansion to Lara Croft and the Guardian of Light, which featured these two as downloadable playable characters that had new dialogue, but the gameplay was otherwise the same.
Impossible. This must be one of Kain's deceptions.
I do really like the... Oh, nice. Something died in you that day. I like the... What was I gonna say? I've fucking forgotten what I was gonna say. I don't remember. Never mind. It probably wasn't important. Oh yeah, I like the twist that Raziel is actually, you know, like a resurrected Sarafan priest. But
My mind reels with conflict. Does Kain await me moments from now? Or in some century yet to come?
the Sarafan don't really mean that much if you haven't played the first game. That's not much of a twist. Because the first time you hear about the Sarafan is, in this game, is when you find out that Raziel used to be one. So, Raziel's discovery of who the Sarafan are in Soul Reaver 2 obviously sheds a lot of light on that, but me as a kid, having that was pretty cool, but I didn't play the original Blood Omen until I'd already finished Legacy of Kain Defiance.
This cannot be. What madness does this scene portend? Kain must think me credulous to suffer these lies.
I know that Crystal Dynamics or whatever have like... I do know that Amy Hennig made this game. I do indeed. She was in charge of this franchise more or less until the end, but she didn't have anything to do with the first game. Yeah, she did absolutely do Uncharted. She also made Jak 3, the final Jak and Daxter game. Well, not the final one, because you also had the racing one, Jak X. Yeah, absolutely.
Is this phantasm a conjuration of my mind, or an echo of future events?
The story I heard was that she had the concept of the plane shifting and the idea for the character of Raziel, but Crystal Dynamics was commissioned to make a sequel to Blood Omen, and she decided to combine the two ideas. So a sequel to Blood Omen that featured this plane-shifting Angel of Death character that she'd come up with. So I'm not sure how involved she was in the first one. I thought she wasn't involved at all, but I might be wrong. She's not done a lot recently, which is kind of frustrating, because obviously Visceral Games got shut down. I'd hoped that she might get involved with this franchise again, because they've opened up the license to new developers, but no one's come forward with a proposal yet.
I must say I'm disappointed in your progress.
Yeah, that's it, Shifter.
You'd be here sooner.
I'm probably going to get killed by this guy.
Did it trouble you?
We could stop here and just start Soul Reaver 2.
Did it trouble you when you ordered me into the abyss?
No.
Yeah, that was called Ragtag.
In your ability
Was the working title for that
in your
game.
Self-righteous indignation.
Lies. You cannot have foreseen all of this.
Eternity is relentless, Raziel. When I first stole into this chamber centuries ago,
Yeah. And it's entirely inconsequential to the wider story, really. You can skip it.
to know
Because it's
future,
a sequel to a time paradox
see
that's
its
caused as a result of the events of
streams
Soul Reaver
tracing
2.
out into the infinite. As a man, I could never have contained such forbidden truths.
So it is like
Each
canon,
of us is
but
so much more than we
the
once
wider
thought.
ramifications
Gazing
are very
out across the
narrow.
plains of possibility, do you not feel with all your soul how we have become like gods? And as such, are we not indivisible? As long as a single one of us stands, we are legion. And that is why, when I must sacrifice my children to the void, I can do so with a clear heart.
Very poetic, Kain. But in the end, you offer no more than a convenient rationalization for your crimes.
These chambers offer insight for those patient enough to look. In your haste to find me, perhaps you have not gazed deeply enough. Our futures are predestined. Mobius foretold mine a millennium ago. We each play out the parts fate has written.
I'm probably going to get a copyright strike for this music again.
Ineluctably down preordained paths. Free will is an illusion.
I have been to the tomb of Seraphan, Kain. Your dirty secret is exposed. How could you
Yeah,
transform
absolutely.
a Seraphan priest into a vampire?
The issue with that being that
How could I not?
the events of the original
One
Blood
must keep his
Omen
friends
have way
close,
more.
Raziel, and his enemies even closer.
Like, the end of Blood Omen
you
2,
grasp
he's
the
more or less in the
absurd
same place he
beauty
is at the end of Blood Omen 1.
We're the same.
So,
Seraphan,
this game, Soul Reaver 2 and Defiance that
With
take
our
place
holy
afterwards would
wars,
still have
our
happened
obsession with
even if we never had Blood Omen 2. The issue with Blood Omen 2 also being that it isn't a very good game.
Whose passion transcends all
It's
notion
good, and I like the
of
world, but the combat
I will not
and the
applaud
puzzle
your
solving
clever
wasn't
blasphemy.
brilliant in that one.
A
I think that's
Seraphan
actually the one that's
Mercedes,
aged the
defending Moscow
poorest
from the
out of all of the
corruption
games in the
we represent.
series. Is Blood Omen 2.
eyes are open.
It's very static.
Find no
It's a game that
regulation
definitely could have benefited
unlike
from
the
some
ruby
Dark Souls
forced
2
on my unwilling
combat.
corpse.
Yeah, it was
You
fun.
may have uncovered your past, but you know nothing of it. You think the Seraphan were
Yeah, Blood Omen
evil.
2 was fun, but I think out of all of the mainline entries, it's the weakest.
Don't be simple. Their agenda was the same as ours.
You are lost in a maze of moral relativism, Kain.
The environments are really good in Blood Omen 2. It's unlike anything else in the
What
series.
game are
The
you
city of Meridian is really awesome
Destiny is a game.
as a setting.
And now, you await my latest move.
Where have you gone? Just immediately get me. Oh, what? I just missed. This is a really great piece of music, though. The band reformed quite recently, Information Society, a couple of years ago. They've actually released some new music. Oh my god. What a nightmare. I did it again. It's hard for me to say that this is my favorite game in the series when in the way I played them when I was younger, it does genuinely just kind of feel like Soul Reaver 1 and Soul Reaver 2 are basically just two halves of the same game, which was essentially the intention. Like, a lot of what wound up going into Soul Reaver 2 was cut content from Soul Reaver 1 and a little beyond that. Yeah, that would have been more significant with regards to the end of Blood Omen 2, but we'll never know. I think this franchise is kind of dead. I don't think they're ever going to conclude it. I'd love it if they remastered the original games in the series, though. They're not impossible to get running on new hardware, but I've had to install loads of fixes and things like that to get it running. Like, it's impossible to play. Oh, which direction did he go in? I've got lost. Oh, he was there. He's gonna get me. Yeah, he can just attack me through walls, so it's fine. No. Damn it. Yeah, I agree 100% that it's the best, like, individual game, but the issue just being that it wasn't finished, like, they never concluded it. This game doesn't really have an ending. It just says to be continued. But they ran out of time. But what we got was still a really great game. Oh. Here we go. No. Come off it. There we go. Yeah, probably.
You nearly had me, Raziel. But this is not where or how it ends. Fate promises more twists before this drama unfolds completely.
The showdown with Kain in Legacy of Kain Defiance is much cooler. Especially given that you get to play as both of them for it.
Be warned, Raziel. Once you cross this threshold, you are beyond my influence.
With Ozar Midrashim playing. I thought this guy was a zombie when I played it as a kid.
Redeemer and destroyer. Pawn and messiah. Welcome, time-span soul. Welcome to your destiny. Where time is but a loop, a loose stitch in the universal cloth.
Yeah, the end of Legacy of Kain Defiance is really heartbreaking. I remember thinking again, is that it? You know? Kane's telekinesis is really cool, though. Like, picking up Sarafan Knights and, like, flinging them onto spikes and shit is just well good. Anyway, what a classic. You know, thanks for joining me for the end. What a great game.